When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Black and I'm proud. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. Become a part of it. Embrace it. 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 When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. Claim your African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you.
It's like a reverb up in the house. You got what I'm saying? I think brother Ja doing some special things in the studio. Peace and power, family. Peace and power to the listening audience. J58. Peace, 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 peace. We back in the building after 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We back in here. We're trying to get some of these cobwebs off of us. And Queen has a show for you tonight. You know, she has a show for you tonight. She wants to talk about competition or racism as it pertains to this. What's happening? You not hear me?
I hear you now. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So it's this competition or racism. So family, thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe this video. You know, look at that picture. Look at that picture. I don't know what she's getting me into today. I am not the sports person. You know, I do know a little bit about Magic Johnson. What's his name? Irvin Jr.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
Yeah, you know, I remember he used to do the little sky hooks and all of that back in the day, but that's about the last time I saw some basketball. When he was out there, he was on a dream team and all of that type of thing. But Sister Queen, what we doing?
Well, you know, it is my duty to bring the smoke. That's my door. That's my job. So really, we're just weighing into a very, very hot topic right now. This WNBA, the freshman class that just came in, society, the news pundits, and how they're carrying this, and how the media is playing. Yeah. It's playing on us. So yes, it's entertainment, and you know, sports is I think more than 5 times out of 10, sports is a distraction in a lot of ways to what's going on out here. So now we have this big distraction, and it's a little racist, and it's competition, but I think it's a little racist too. So we're going to.
Did you say 5 times out of 10?
No, let's go 7 out of 10.
Was it 5 times out of 10? Oh, 7 out of 10. Okay,
let's do 7 out of 10. Yeah, because I mean, sports is, you know, we all love sports, but it distracts us from the real deal. The NBA finals is tonight, you know, and you know we're gonna be on that. But anyway, so let's get into what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about the WNBA. We're going to talk about when Bird and Magic went into the NBA, and it changed the whole game. And now here we see 2 young ladies, Angel Reese, who hails from Baltimore. She's a B-more girl. She went to St. Francis Academy. So we definitely going to hold her down. Salute to that sister. And then we have Caitlin Clark. She's a young white basketball star. She has some great skills. She is a women's Steph Curry out here. Step back threes is her thing, and so she's coming in the league from college basketball with a lot of people loving on her. She is what we would call a great white hope. They have galvanized behind her. She is definitely bringing the money to the WNBA, and she's definitely bringing some eyes. So we're not going to say she doesn't have a skill set. She is skilled, but she's not the best in the WNBA right now. She's getting thrown around. You know, the vet's going to come at you. You know the deal. When you come in and you fresh, you got to get that work. And so they're giving her work, and then everyone is like, protect the asset because she's bringing the money. And I think a lot of times that's our issue, is money is more important than everything. And these girls in WNBA, they're not making no big money. So they paying them more than anything for the love of the game. So we're gonna delve into that and talk about it a little. So John, throw up 1 and 2. Let's get a little background for the people. Here, give me 1 and give me 2, and then we're gonna talk about that.
She
John.
getting background for me, y'all. She know y'all know. You know.
Well, we gotta do that for you, so you can be
Yeah.
on point.
What's
when
up,
you drop
Kelly?
that
What's up, my
analysis.
man, Kelly? Peace and power, brother.
What's up, Kelly and J58? How y'all doing?
You said it's polarizing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does the definition of polarizing mean? It means there's one side or the other, right? If it's not polarizing, it's just a cheeky conversation.
Yeah.
Polarization requires debate, requires passion. People feel very strongly about opinions. They want to argue one side or the other. How did that happen? How did we get here? What she just said, the national championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this, and pointed to the ring. This is not my opinion. I lived it. I watched it. It was recorded. It was broadcasted live. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before that moment. And that's okay, because you can be extremely talented and not interesting. There are a lot of extremely talented athletes and games and series and sports that we don't talk about daily on the show because the public has not shown enough interest in them. That moment, you said it's polarizing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does the definition of polarizing mean?
All right, cut that, y'all. So that's 1. We're gonna throw 2 right up. So that's her telling how this all came about at the national championship game.
What these 2 people? I'm assuming
Angel
are.
Reese and Caitlin Clark.
No, I'm speaking. The people that are speaking. They are sport commentators.
Yeah, they're pundits, commentators. Yes, for
Oh.
ESPN. So that was
Okay.
Joy Taylor. She's a former basketball athlete.
Okay.
And then we got Acho. I never agree with this guy, but we're gonna listen to him next, and he's gonna really throw the jewels in it.
And I did a quick Twitter search on myself. Angel Reese played Caitlin Clark on April 2nd of 2023. That was the national championship game. But I first mentioned Caitlin Clark on March 31st. Why? Because she beat South Carolina, undefeated South Carolina, 36-0 South Carolina. I take to Twitter and say, Caitlin Clark played one of the most dominant games of basketball I've ever witnessed, regardless of gender, age, or level. Just an absolute masterclass. I post a Brock Purdy tweet. Then I say, me watching Caitlin Clark for the first time, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game. Now, here's a nuance.
Receipts.
Here's a nuance. That happened on Friday. We don't have a show on Saturday. We don't have a show on Sunday. So we didn't have the opportunity to talk about Caitlin Clark until Monday. Now, I don't know that we would have talked about Caitlin Clark until on Monday had Angel Reese not done this. When Angel Reese says, you can't see me, that did make this more than just a basketball issue. It made it a race issue. And if you don't care about basketball, you still care about the color of your skin. So it transcended the game of basketball. Now people who have never watched basketball, and I did a quick Twitter search on myself.
Right, Josh.
Angel Reese played Caitlin Clark on April 2nd.
So you hear that, he kind of really gets into the meat of the action. Is like once they had this national championship game, and this thing is John Center's "You Can't See Me." So that means Caitlin Clark, she talks a lot of trash. She's skilled, but she's a trash talker, and so she was doing that the whole year. And so Angel threw it back at her, and they were getting a ring. So when that happened, commentators, grown men, criticized Angel Reese. Everyone criticized for doing that to Caitlin Clark after she brandished this all year. So this is where we are. We're in a space where 2 young ladies are very popular. One is white, one is black. One is more popular because, of course, the media and all the systems is galvanizing behind her. So here we have now this. They went into the WNBA this year. They're the freshman class. So they're talking now. We're talking about what's happening to her in the WNBA. But I want to talk more about society, these pundits, and how we take entertainment and it becomes a racial issue. And we're being entertained, but it's still very racial. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so we see this is all over the news. This is the hottest topic out here. It's like she said, we're polarized. We are. It's almost like history when Bird and Magic went into the NBA. Same thing. Now we have the same thing, but in women, a white girl and a black girl. But what happened was the moment. The moment was the can't see me in the ring, and now they've been forever linked. And one's the villain and one's the hero. and of course the black girl is a villain, of course.
Why do you say that?
Well, they've if you were watching like what's been going on, you can see the media and how they pick her, how they attack her. She cried at the end when they lost in the Final Four to Iowa.
Let me ask you, in the clip that you showed me, did you see that? Well, sometimes
I didn't see that there. That was Angel Reese saying that Caitlin Clark is not the only one people are coming to see. They're coming to see her too. So that became a big dust up because, of course, she said they're not only coming to see Caitlin, they're coming to see me too. She's very popular also. But of course, the majority of the newer people are coming to the WNBA, and the white people are coming to see Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that's about right.
So that's what's happening. And so we see this though. I've seen this. I'm a sport I love sports. I've seen this with like Duke. Duke has all of these the White Hopes, Danny Ferry, Bobby Hurley. We had Adam Morissette. We had so many, and they flopped in the NBA. They didn't do very well in the NBA, but they came out. Christian Laettner. They came out of college as the best thing since white milk. And then when they got into the NBA, they became sour.
So what's your thoughts here? I mean, this is from my standpoint, this is expected in a racialized society.
So you don't think we can get past that even in sports, which is a team sport with a lot of nationalities. We can't transcend race.
Every time I look at boxing, I'm looking at the race.
Well, Javante coming out. Y'all remember?
I look at hometown too, because so Angel Reese, she has a little. I'm also wondering if I've ever come across her because I was at St. Francis Academy doing some of my training back in the day.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. And I'm looking. So, but and they had really powerful.
Clark is respectfully hot Olive Garden trash. Love
say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again.
J58 says so far Clark is hot Olive Garden trash. And this is a girl with a team has a losing record. She is not a top player in the NBA, but WNBA right now. But she is getting all of the eyes.
How's her? I've heard some things. I heard her individual record is really good. Is that not true?
Not really. It's gotten better. She just went off recently, but no, it wasn't true before.
So you're saying she's subpar?
No, I'm saying that she's very skilled. I'm saying though, every time when you go into something new, when you go from high school to college, there's going to be a change. When you go from college to professional women, so she has a growth spurt to go through. She still got skills. We see she just threw 30 baskets the other night.
Help me out. Tell me what your position is because I'm trying to figure out how to approach this.
My position is why are we attacking young people? First of all, my position is the society comes in and we make this a race issue. Now pit these young women against each other. They're coming into a league where they're actually putting the league on the map. Actually, they're bringing more eyes to the league. They're bringing more money to the league, and we still have to walk in through race. Why are we giving them that heavy crown? First of all. And why do we continue to bombard ourselves with ancillary things that have nothing to do with the actual thing that's going on? Sports, competition. Why is racism always present and why do we need it?
So race is a major thing going on now. I remember when that I can't see you thing was going on. And literally, I think it felt good for Black people. I'm just be honest with you. I didn't even look at it. I mean, I never even saw it. I didn't know who Caitlin Clark is. But when I saw my little homie from Bmore City, and I saw her little brown skin, and I was like, yeah, I don't even know what the deal was. I mean, I'm just being honest, But and I've seen her. I mean, I've seen her around. She's like a model / type of basketball star. I've seen this, I've seen this. She got the hood thing going on. She like, look, this is how we talk to each other in the community. This is how we talk on the court in Baltimore. So, so now they were coming for her for being a little too, I guess, brash or what have you. And she's like, no, that's how we do it out on the court in Baltimore. So this is nothing new. So, I mean, so I know a little bit more than what you thought I knew. Right. But I do know about that. You know, back it was about 2 years ago, maybe.
2 years. Yeah, it's been since the national championship. It's been 2 years.
Okay, it's been 2 years. See, I'm on that. But what I'm saying, so what is the resurgent here going on? Because they're going. She's going to
they've gone into the professional league, and it's now a whole new game.
Now let's keep it
but
a buck.
Now
though.
you have the vets in the league who are not very happy with all this attempts. I don't think they're jealous of these young ladies, but they've been there a long time fighting the war.
But let's keep it a buck.
Working for lower.
But you can't look. I told you that I didn't know anything, but you're not even including this whole thing that Ice Cube kind of made in this whole situation.
What did he? What the offer he gave her?
The offer he gave her $5 million, and the $5 million is what really it had to have the WNBA had to reconsider some things. So there's people who had issue with that across the board.
Ice Cube was a businessman. I don't blame him. For what he's trying to do there, that would blow that league up. It has nothing to do with her what she does now. They don't play the same time.
Let's go back to my brother J58. He said something about he was saying the problem is if we can go to what he said so I can kind of get some bearings or what have you. You said the issue is why does that girl deserve more money than the people that paved the way? That's all. So we talk about a capitalistic society that we all love. We love capitalism. I mean, I'm not saying I do. But I'm saying we all espouse this capitalistic nature. So why would we imagine that capitalism doesn't have to do with how talented you are? It's about how much money you can bring in. And even if we have to cause controversy, and controversy brings money, then that's what we'll do. And even if giving her more money would cause controversy to bring people into the seats, we will do whatever it takes to get more people in here, even if we have to cause problems, even if that is paying somebody too much money.
Ashe. That's it. It's all a business. And so you said it. Play 3, Ja, because Ryan Clark is going to bring it all together. Play 3. Let's talk about this a little. But you're right.
Disagree that the WNBA players are salty with Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
100%.
Have you seen the pics they said on that girl?
And so let me say this, right? It's not just Caitlin Clark to me. I believe it's this entire class of WNBA draftees led by Caitlin Clark. When you look at the way Angel Reese has improved views of the Chicago sky, it's this what's happening in WNBA is what happened when Magic and Bird went to the NBA. Mm-hmm. The NBA was on time delay at that point. You had this dude from French Lick, you had this dude from Michigan that played in the epic NCAA tournament that now were drafted by the two most storied franchises in the NBA, and they showed out. Magic Johnson won it his rookie year. And so you have all these things happen, and now the NBA uses those two to build, and then they get to Michael Jordan. I 100% disagree that the WNBA players are salty with Caitlin Clark.
So we hear what you just said. It's about that cash. And if they can keep the race thing going, if they can keep us watching and talking about this, they are cashing in. The NBA is actually cashing in. This is their auxiliary league that's never made money, guys. So we got to understand that this is what you just said is everything. Capitalism. It's everything. All right. What you say, Jay? If that's the case, let's give Bob Cousy and older men players family LeBron money. That's their owed for paving the way. The league will look at people. Nah, it won't happen. They're not going back. They're not going to go back. It always starts at that moment. They're not getting LeBron money because in that time, it was a different time.
Who's Bob Cousy?
Bob Cousy's an old player.
Oh, okay. Now, let me say this. Let me just be clear here. What I do want to say is I don't think none of them deserve that amount of money. I don't really care about these people. I mean, I do care about people, but I don't care about their salaries. I don't really care. I don't think none of them deserve their salaries. I think we all deserve more salaries. I think that we have people who that are not getting, we got people out here who work every day that don't come close, and they are just as deserving as these basketball players. And I'm just being honest because we live in a society that creates stars and we become starstruck, and we live in a society of stardom, which creates little mini cults. So what I'm saying is I don't care about their money. I don't. I really don't care about that money, but I do understand the racism that is involved that you're speaking about. So yeah, but I'm also, let's look at this capitalistic problem that's going on too. That's capitalism intersected with racism, which creates then also this whole culture that creates cults of celebrities, which has us even worried about these type of things. I don't care about their money. I think that we need to be worried about the working people's money, the people who are doing. So anyway, I mean,
you're right though. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think even the general public, we get caught up in the cash that none of us are getting. That really none of them are due. I mean, they say they're not making enough money. These girls are making, Angel Reese is making $75,000 in 6 months.
What do you mean?
That's cool cash.
You
playing
mean
a game, bro? Huh?
75,000 in 6 months playing a game?
Yeah, that's the league. They're in there for 6 months, and they ain't going to the fight. They're not going into no playoffs.
All she makes is 75. All she makes is 75,000.
Right now, yeah, she's making 75,000. She's not making. So when people say all of this money, what is it? She's making 75,000 for these next 6 months. That's it. That's Angel Reese. Now Caitlyn might be making 100, but she's not making no more than that.
Everybody can't go to Fights Been Fixed. What my man Jay 50
always coming with it. He always coming with the smoke. I hear you, Jay. But yeah, so you're correct. Capitalism has a lot to play in this. Racism has to be, because that's a stalwart in our society, and they want your eyeballs. They want me and Da to talk about this. They want other people to talk about this. This is where it's at. This is why this conversation is so hot, because someone's making money. Am I right, Da?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you.
Then why everybody talking about it? Why is it
so everybody's talking about what? I want to know what they're talking about, so we can talk about it.
They're talking about protecting Caitlyn Clark, because she is the golden child.
Who's protecting her?
Them on private charters. They were riding regular planes and buses. They're on private charters.
Who's protecting her, and what they're protecting her from? Help me out.
They're saying the other players in the league need to chill and give her some space and let her work, and so she can keep bringing money to the league. It's all about the money. I hear everyone saying that. Like, is this exclusively racial, or is this across lines? Are the other white WNBA players also arguing and complaining, or is it just the black? Not the NBA players. This is media. You don't hear much from the players. You hear this from the pundits. You hear this from ESPN. You hear this from podcasts.
So what are they saying? They're saying that, because you shared, I think what you shared, I could be wrong, but I think you shared more of a vantage point of people who are trying to
they want to protect her. In other words, that's coming next. I just wanted you to we wanted to give some of these people have not kind of known the background of why we are here. And this 2 years later, we're still talking about these two young girls, and it's a big thing. But I wanted to start at the national championship where the moment happened. And now we passed the moment. We talked about Bird and Magic. The same thing with them. They made the league where it is now. And we see this happen. We're living through again.
Help me with this Magic Bird thing. My ADHD,
Magic
whatever.
And Bird came in the same time. Of course, they were black and white. Bird is skilled. Always has been skilled. And when he came in, one went to Boston and one went to Lakers. The two most storied franchises in the NBA. And it was a thing. And of course, Bird was the great white hope for everyone. Boston was a very white team then. And so the same thing commenced, but they were two good players. And as Jay said, they were almost the same height. They had similar game. Bird is a small forward. And Magic is the tallest, flyest point guard in history. And so they had the same skill set and they had panache, which Magic always had. And they were present in the game. They weren't quiet. Bird was a trash talking white boy. So it was that we see the same thing with these two girls.
So what happened with them two? That's what I'm trying to figure
They
out.
grew the league to when the league got to the place where it got so popular, and because of Bird being there, and
racially though, because I think we're saying
it was racial too, but
competition
no
or
one talks
racism
about that because that's on the background. We never want to talk about race like it wasn't present.
I mean that's the reason for this show. I want to hear you articulate that. What was the racism going on with Bird or in Magic back then that you're trying? Are you equating that to what's happening now?
Well, what I was saying is the same dynamic. You have two very charismatic young people, the same thing that came into the NBA, two very skilled. Angel Reese is skilled. She's not as skilled as Caitlin Clark. She's going to have to work on her game, but she's a great player. I'm not coming after that girl's skills. I like Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark is the white girl Steph Curry. Let's make it clear. When she get her weight up and get some more moves on, she's going to cook. We know that. So the same thing when Bird came in, they never.
So you saying Angel Reese is going to cook? Caitlin Clark is going to cook.
Yes,
but earlier it sounded like you were saying, well, these white people have problems is if they transition from one area to the from high school to college, from college to the professionals.
She has problems now. She's not good. Like Brother Jay said, she's stir-fried trash right now because she has to get her weight up. She has to definitely.
She's already playing. So she's already playing.
They already played immediately. Within a month, they went from college into the WNBA, and they were playing the next 2 weeks. Next 3 weeks.
Okay, let me not take you off anymore because I'm still trying to hit the racist stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying the racism is the same thing with Bird and Magic. Same dynamic. They came into a league that was growing. They brought their skill sets. The society was.
Did Bird make as much as Magic?
Yeah.
Did Bird make as much as Magic? I mean, did Magic make as much?
Both
as
made both. They both made more than the vets. Both of them.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, he went to the Boston Celtics, which is a white storied franchise at that point. Had a lot of.
Do you believe that Angel Reese should make more than Caitlin Clark?
I do not. Caitlin Clark has more. She's bringing more people to the WNBA.
I'm saying, what about skill wise?
She has. Caitlin has more skills.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you think she's getting her a fair salary compared to Caitlin Clark?
I think Angel is bringing some eyes to Chicago Sky. She's charismatic. Angel has a lot of interest outside of basketball. She is a person that draws others. The stars are pulling up to see her play. I think she's an asset. The Chicago Sky, they hit potluck with her. But again, Caitlin Clark has her skill set plus the white media, plus white people, plus the system. So she brings more, of course.
All that what you expect.
That's right.
Okay.
So that's the difference. But I think that because what she brings, the 19,000 a game, Angel's they're bringing about 12,000 to 10,000 a game. If you're bringing in 19,000 eyes, you're bringing in money. The cash cow always gets paid more. When Michael Jordan came in, he got more. It's just how it works.
Okay.
Play 4 job. We're gonna see what Magic says about this. We're going to hear a little bit from Magic and let him weigh into this conversation.
Somebody said Magic got some explaining to do. I want to know more about that.
Jay said Magic got them Illuminati drugs. I love
Jay always bringing the smoke. I'm leaving that one alone.
He also said they wanted the quiet white male player to be more successful than the other going smile and black man, but they had a great rivalry. They did have a great rivalry. And Magic is very charismatic.
I might have misunderstood when he said that. You say he said Magic has the Illuminati drugs.
Why are you going back? You said you wasn't going
back.
I'm
just I want to make sure I understood it. Initially, I was thinking that he was saying something more about him.
Magic had AIDS.
Okay, I was running right. Okay, I was
so he got them Illuminati. I'm with you.
I was hoping it was nothing else. I was hoping it wasn't something like he put drugs in people's drinks, like
no.
Okay, initially I was thinking about the HIV thing, but okay.
Jay, I got you. The main endorsement deal went to Clark. Went in Clark favor over Reese. That's true.
Understand that Caitlin, Angel, and Brink, they made the WNBA better. They're going to be tested by these incredible women who've been in the league for a long time. Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered. We became the best later on by our play. Veterans are going to test you. And if they feel that you've gotten more money or more publicity, they're upset about that. So let me give Caitlin some advice. Call Larry Bird. Ask him for advice because he went through it himself. He already lived there, grew up in Indiana, on and on and on. I think it would be great. We have to understand that Caitlin, Angel, and Brink, they made the WNBA.
She plays for the Indiana Fever. So he's kind of giving her advice. But, you know, because everyone's saying coddle her, take care of her. But he's saying, listen, the vets are coming for you. It's competition. And I think the race and her coming in and being such this great talent, but also bringing all of these eyes to the game, they want to preserve her so they can make more and more money. And that's all you hear is the capitalistic part of it. Make sure that she wins. They want her to be an Olympic team. They want her everywhere. Don't touch her. Don't knock her down because she's bringing the money. She's bringing the private jets. She's bringing all of the trinkets to the WNBA.
Are you saying that there's I forgot what they call it, like a no hit clause out on her?
There's not a no hit clause, but there's definitely you cannot touch her. they don't want you to touch her. I mean, these girls are hitting her. She getting hit, bro.
So you really can't play her. Is that what you're saying?
You can't. They are playing her. But when they do, they immediately go after the person that either hits her or knocks her down. But she's talking trash.
And this is the media. This is the media that you're talking about.
This is the media.
What are they saying? What are they saying?
They're saying that she is a cash cow. You gotta help her. You gotta preserve her. You gotta make sure that she stays. And her team should be fighting for her because she's bringing all of the eyes to the WNBA.
Are they doing that for it?
Huh?
Okay, this is what I'm feeling. Okay, I feel like you have an issue and you're just not saying it. I want to hear your issue.
My issue is, why are we doing this to young people? Again, these two girls, they don't have problems with each other. They understand this competition. When she did the I Can't See Me, Caitlin Clark said, you know, it's all in competition. So they're not hating on each other. Angel
what are they
has no
doing?
problem with Caitlin Clark.
So, okay, I think
this is the media. I'm saying society, people who are talking about it.
So people are playing them against each other right now. Is that what you're saying?
Very
Also,
much so, brother.
Okay, I'm hearing one thing that is it's a hands-off policy.
Yes.
Okay, it's a hands-off policy. So it's like we're talking about three things here. It seems. Which one do we want to talk about?
All of it. It's not a one or the other. They all.
Well, I'm talking about. Like I'm saying, if we talk about one at a time, because I'm getting confused. I don't like. So it's like, okay, them getting played against each other's one. Two, is a hands-off policy. Three, she's making more money and the people are upset at her. Four, we're saying something about the people who are playing that they're upset. Excuse me. I was trying to put my mic on mute. Thank you. But nonetheless, so it's all these things going on. So what look, give me the real. I feel like you being nice today. I feel
I'm trying to say,
where's the race thing? Where is the race thing?
Why I brought this up. It's because I think that first of all, we give young people too much to handle. They're young. First of all, they're competitive. They're going into a league. They're doing something that's revolutionary to the league. And we throw this race game and then make the other players that have been there feel that they have to now codify or give Caitlin Clark a space. And I think it's unfair to the people in the league. It's also unfair to the young people who are going in the league, and it brings dissension where it doesn't have to be. But I know
you said they're coddling her.
Well, they want everyone to coddle her. Yes.
So what are your thoughts? You think they shouldn't? I'm trying to, because it sounds like a
player.
Okay, so they shouldn't coddle. They should not coddle her as a player, but also you're saying they shouldn't coddle her. The media shouldn't coddle her either.
No.
Are they coddling Angel Reese as well?
Of course not.
Okay,
this got thrown down that we didn't hear nothing about it. We heard a little bit about it and they moved on.
So this is what I'm saying. So is this part of the issue that you have?
Well, we understand that Angel Reese is the villain. So I think a lot of times we expect things to happen to the black girl, but what I don't
So
like
one is good and one is bad. Somebody said.
that's how they kind of.
She said the race thing comes into play with the media playing sides, making one good and one other bad. So what are they saying about my dear sister Angel Reese?
They're saying that. Well, no, this really the media is talking more about Caitlin Clark. They're saying Angel Reese is bringing the numbers. They of course, let me tell you, her first game, Angel Reese, they did not put on TV. So a fan streamed it. It got 2 million views. So it showed that she has eyes. So now the WNBA sees that this black girl is bringing in people too. Yes, they're playing one against the other, but more now it's the league against Caitlin Clark to give her a space so she could cook, so she could play without being knocked over, knocked down, nothing. Just let her go because she's bringing money to the league. So we're talking more at this point about Caitlin Clark. What I gave you was the background of the moment of why this happened.
Okay. Yeah. So Monica Cooper says, I got one better. A white sports announcer actually said that they should take it easy on her and let her win because she's bringing the money.
Like I said, yeah.
I got caught up on
the Sister Monica. Thank you,
Sister Monica. Got caught up on the bringing part. It left a it left a letter.
Bringing the money because you're bringing the money.
So this announcer said that. Now, was they like again? It sounds like we're talking about this from a monetary standpoint. We're talking about this as far as from a capitalistic standpoint. We're talking about this also from a player standpoint, how talented she is or the lack of talent that she has. So, I don't see why people can't say that, but I do if we I think people are going to say these things. I just know they will. Now, on the other part, I'm not confused. I am also sure that people will give her much more coddling than they will a black person because the institutional, the cultural, the individual racism that is baked in individuals, the culture, the institutions, and everything else. I know that. So we're saying be rougher with her, right? Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying let them play. If they knock her down, get up, sis.
Oh, are they listening? Are they listening? Are they listening? Are the players listening? Are the players saying, all right, let me not touch her?
Nah, they come.
So you're kind of just pissed off at the commentators. Is that what it is?
Well, I think that they continue to. Well, what happened is that now the Olympic team just got picked. If she wasn't on the Olympic team, they're fussing about her not being on the Olympic team. But the other vets, the vets that are on the team should be on the team. But they want a freshman that just came in, not a freshman, but yeah, a new player that just came in to be on the Olympic team. And she was not selected. But they're not saying anything about Angel Reese. They're not saying anything about Cameron Brink. Any of the new young ones that came in. Only Caitlin Clark. Why is?
And this is the white. I'm supposing this is the white media you're talking about.
White and black media, unfortunately. Charles Barkley. We're gonna play the next thing. Let's play the next tape before you done. Y'all hit him again.
Charles Barkley does not count as black media. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's say that again. Charles Barkley does not count as black media.
It is Umar. I love it. You're right.
And it's not called. And then you have the audacity to trash talk the other team on your way up the court. Paybacks are due. But because she's supposed to be the Cinderella of the WNBA, white America took issue with it, and nobody focused on the fact that she started the whole thing. And what really perturbed me, I hear Charles Snow Bunny Barkley calling the black women of the WNBA jealous of Caitlin Clark. And then Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, he chimes in with the same false criticism. And then Matt Barnes, he chimes in again with Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp. And they both say that Caitlin Clark's teammates are not protecting her. Protect her from what, Matt Barnes? Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, she started the altercation. She hit the girl in the head. I do believe it was inadvertent. It was a basketball play, but you still hit her and the ref didn't call it. And then you trash talked her and you got what you were looking for. In any sport, when you foul someone.
When you foul someone, what?
I don't know. if you foul someone, I guess you're gonna get the business.
Sport where you foul someone and it's not called, and then you have the audacity to trash talk the other team on your way up the court. Paybacks are due, but because she's
that's what it is. So this is that's one of the things they've been talking about. I love he always calls somebody Snow Bunny. That's Brother Umar. So he's saying the same thing. Like she trash talk. No one talks about that part. Just talk about the girl retaliating against her. So she got a fragrant foul one, and it was blown all out of proportion. Now, a week before, another black girl DDT'd Angel Reese.
DDT?
Yeah,
what
not
the heck?
Took her by the neck, girl, put a wrestling move on.
I haven't heard that since
she hit her head on the ground.
80s or something. They still do. They still DDT people. They still DDT people.
Real talk.
Wow.
And so they didn't say a word. They talked about it a little, but we moved on. This Caitlin Clark thing just goes over and over. We just keep hearing it, but I think it's definitely based in race.
It's true. It's the. I mean, I don't know much about this, but I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, this is what happens in all levels. It's just this is on the stage. This happens in at most people's jobs. The white fragile woman gets the attention and the ears, and it's happened throughout history where the white woman cries out and black people end up dead. It happens. It's always happening. Now, I mean, yeah, Caitlin Clark, it sounds like you're saying this is just another example because she is a star or what have you. And I mean, when before I saw that Magic clip though, I was already thinking that, you don't pay people due to what their value is today. If they have the ability to grow into be more valuable later, you can pay them because they might become more valuable later. So I don't know. I mean, it's so many different arguments here, but I'm very clear that racism exists and people are ignorant, and some people are consciously racist while some people are subconsciously, and I mean a little bit of both. So yeah, it's definitely intertwined to that system. But what was the comment that you kind of laughed at a few minutes ago?
I was laughing at Jay. Jay said the DDT will and always be essential head to concrete action changes people. I love him.
Oh man.
Jay.
So who got DDT?
I told you, Angel Reese got DDT'd, and they talked about it a little, and they moved on. Caitlin Clark got knocked over, and the world stopped. So this is what we're doing.
I mean, let me ask you. Okay, these are two players, right?
Right.
Okay. What about other players like outside of Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark who experience these things? Do people talk about them as much?
No, because these are the two. These are the most important two right now. Magic brought up Brink because
think people can feel for black women
plays on his team that he's a minority owner, but no.
So you think black people? You think people feel for black women?
No.
Is that and that's what you're trying to say? Is that what
We're
you're suggesting?
talking about a league that's almost 80% black, 80% black.
But you think you think they care about them though?
They care about them when they can make money or they can bring attention.
They care about their bottom line. They don't care about them.
That's it. So
you take care of your horses, or you know, at Pimlico, but once you can no longer run a race, they shoot you.
That's it.
What do they call it? Euthanize you.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. I mean, you think they'd look at black women and black men any differently?
Absolutely, they're horses.
I don't even know if sometimes we get that treatment, but
I mean, you see all the time in sports when you can't produce, you're gone.
Absolutely. I'm saying I don't even know if we even up to the value of a horse.
Ooh.
I'm just saying I don't think white people
treated better. Wow.
I mean, that might seem far, but I'm telling you that white people, even if they want to admit it or not, lots of them unconsciously see us less than human. So, and in fact, you got to teach some of them to really see us as more human than their dog. So it's like, it's not necessarily. I mean, and I'm saying that this is things they've been taught And whether or not they want to consciously admit it, they see us as subhuman. They see us as subhuman. They see us as tools in their world. They see us as tools, just like yeah. I mean, even white people are seen as tools to other white people. Depending on what your ethnic, social class, all these type of things. But nonetheless, black people just happen to be the bottom rung of the tools, the muscle, the more.
Slave.
Say it again.
The slave.
The slave.
That's it.
Chattel. Dispensable.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
All day long.
Whether or not they consciously even know it. Because some people really think they don't. They think, oh, no, I don't feel that way. And you do feel that way.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself not feel that way. I was just talking to a white woman the other day, and she and most white people, if they really want to be honest, we were taught this. We were bred this way. We go by what we were taught and what we learned. And Dr. Francis Cress Welsing always say, ask white people what they talk about when you're not around.
Ooh.
And I didn't know how serious that was until I started talking to white people who disclose these things. And I learned a lot from my white students, because they have to write real deep papers about these issues. And they literally see us as nuisances. They see us as complainers. They see us, they can't even really see our plight as much as that, I'm talking about the good old liberals. They feel like we complain about things. They feel like even now that you complain about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and they feel like you're just coming up here saying something else about racism, and it's not real. They think that you are the problem. They think, why don't you get up off the couch that you're sitting on and do something? Why don't you get the skills that Caitlin Clark has? Why don't you do this type of thing? Why are you worried about this? Look, she's not Caitlin. I mean, in fact, this is how they see it, and they have to really struggle to see it any other way. And some of them definitely try to struggle to see it another way without allowing those subconscious racist biases and things to creep in. But they have to work hard to see you as a human. Let's keep that a buck. They have to work hard to see you as a human. They might see you as valuable to their bottom line, but they have to literally work hard to see you as a human, because the fact is the society has taught us not to see each other as humans. So just imagine how hard a white person has to work to see you as a human if they have gotten in our own minds to not see of ourselves as fully human, or fully as capable, or fully as valuable, or worthy, or intelligent, or all the things that we think about black people in our own communities. And I'm saying that just think about if we've been tricked about our own selves, just imagine what white people think. And not just white people, but all other people on this earth, and how they've been taught that black people are the bottom of the rung. What I am saying, I am not in any way surprised by what's going on in the NBA. I want to hear it, because the reality is I know the stuff is going on. I don't even have to be a part of it. They are treating her, and they're going to find reasons to say, well, she's the better player. She has the better stats. She has the this. She has the that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Treat human beings like human beings. But they don't have the ability to do that. So they don't. They don't have the ability to treat you like a human. They try hard. It's kind of like telling you, okay, you got to understand, like, think about someone who's addicted to something. If you are addicted to cake, right? You know how hard it is to say, I would never eat another piece of cake again in my life. It's kind of like saying, I'm addicted to heroin. I'm addicted to whatever I'm addicted to. Or no, it's like saying, okay, let me do a better one. People like sex. A lot of people like sex, right? And it's like saying, okay, I will never have sex again in my life. Like I'm saying, all my parts are working. Everything's working, but I just will never have sex again in my life. Just think about how much intention that would take. That's how hard it'd be for a white person to really see you as a human and not revert back to seeing you as subhuman.
That's serious right there. I mean, this is something that's in their DNA.
It's
They
not.
can't,
It's
they can't get it out.
well, some people could probably say DNA. I would say I don't go that far. I would say it's culturally ingrained, and some people would probably say epigenetically passed down and things like that. But that's not necessarily inside of your DNA. That has more to do with your culture and so on and so forth, and how your genes
Well,
kind of
you're
operate
right.
as a
Not
result.
literally DNA, but definitely, like you said,
I got to be very specific because people come in here and they say all types of weird things to me. But yeah, but definitely it is culturally inculcated in them. It is everywhere.
embedded.
It is
It's
not
embedded.
even. It's not even always. It's not always overtly inculcated. It's covertly inculcated. Just like we don't see messaging around that we are the worst people in the world. You don't see that on the news, but it's so the way that you construct imagery without saying that you're saying it. So when you see black people, you see them as dangerous. I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
Let's keep that a buck. I'm talking about me. When you see black people, you have to do work, and you live with black people.
Yep.
So look at the game that they've done. Look at how complex it is when you come from loving black people, and when you see black people, you don't trust them. That's how entrenched in how entrenched it is into our culture, because we are part of the society and we take on that culture. Hence, we have what you call internalized racism. So just imagine if we struggle with that.
Wow.
Just imagine we live with beautiful black people every day, how difficult it would be for them. I don't expect any more from these media people, but I'm not saying at the same time not to call it out. And I'm not saying things can't change. I'm just saying it takes a lot of work, and people do get off of drugs. People do win those battles, but guess what? It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, but the drug
be willing.
But racism drug is every day. It's very hard for you. You got to do work with yourself, because you're gonna see it every day. You're gonna see it in society. You're gonna see it in your home. You're gonna see it outside your home. It's here. So with drugs, you can just stay away from dope. You ain't got to go get the pill. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Where you at, Doc? Something happened to him. But anyway,
making noise in his camera.
Okay, you left me for a minute. But also, we didn't even talk about the big thing in the room. She's straight. And so, most of the girls
who's straight?
Most. Let's get it right. So that's a big thing too. Is she goes back into the
who is she?
Caitlin Clark, evangelicals. Okay. She's a straight, white, skillful player for the WNBA. Play the next one, bro. Ja, bring that next
racism. Here's what I see. I see a white girl out of Iowa, straight to, by the way, coming to this league. And this league, which has been around a long time, has never had this much popularity. Black girl gets that same attention. Okay, she's a rookie. She hasn't done it yet. I'm a little aggravated. But the white girl, that is part of the reason why they're so angry. Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes, Pat McAfee, all you guys, it's racism. It's that simple. I got the balls to say it. You don't. Call it racism. Here's what I see. All
right, interpret that for me, please.
White man said it's racism.
What part? What is he exactly calling racism?
The way that they are... what the media is saying about Caitlin Clark, about the league and how they should treat her, and how angry they get if she's hit or she's hurt. Everything's about her. She's not on the Olympic team that they just picked a few days ago. They're angry again. And it's always something about Caitlin Clark.
And when I might know very limited information about this again, right? But I have no problem with people protecting people. The problem I have is that you're not protecting all people. So it's not necessarily they protect. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I think all people should be protected. All people should be cared for. Just like when you look at the NFL and when they were having those traumatic brain injuries and things of that nature, they were not protecting those people. That fly looked like he gave you the little black. You had the little look. It was like you had an attitude with the fly. I'm sorry, but look on. And that fly couldn't read those emotions. But anyway, Sister Queen down south with those country flies.
He's mad. They terrible, bro.
They got some good fruit down there, huh? But no. But nonetheless, I do think that I have no problem with. I'm not going to say, well, they should treat her rougher or what have you. Just like I think that we should protect all people. What I mean is all people, like those football players who, especially the black football players, due to this racist society, who have all those traumatic brain injuries. Now, the point is not to now go and beat up on the white players per se, or treat them rougher. It's like, let's make this more humane for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I get it. Some people want to see Caitlin Clark on the floor because we've been oppressed for so long. So when you've been oppressed so long, you want to see somebody else lay down. You understand? So you be like, so we like
that's
that.
What the media thinks. It's like these white black girls are coming after her just because.
Oh,
because most of the league is black.
Okay, see, you just gave me the context that I was missing just now.
Yeah, I said the league is about 80 plus. It's more than 80, probably about 85.
So it's really now they're being tough with her and they're black. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
The girl that hit her was a black girl. Yes. The girls so most of the girls that's going, I mean, she's probably been hit by some white girls too. It's white girls in the league, but it's mostly black. We know that we're the most skillful and talented and athletic. Let's be clear. So it's us.
My father says it's nothing new under the sun. The great white hope in 2024.
Now, and who say that? Baba said it.
It's kind of like God bless America. Think about it. It's like God bless America. So when you say God bless America, and when you're a conscious being, you realize there's something wrong with that. But when you are a right-winged, I'm not even going to just put on the right-wingers, but this is how they operate mostly. The right-wing evangelical Christian people, they can say things like God bless America and, excuse my language, F everybody else. You can say F everybody else. Like, what kind of sense does that make? It's kind of like protect Caitlin Clark. I think I'm going to learn her name today. It's protect. You're going to have me remember this person's name.
That's what Jay said. He said they are other white players. That's right.
Clark. So there are other white players that are elbowed when they first got into the WNBA. Why ain't hear about that? So why we ain't hear about that?
Because this girl is bringing the money in the eyes, and
so this becomes a class issue. This becomes a property issue. This becomes a capitalistic issue. I know we said, capitalism doesn't so on and so forth, but it's inhumane. It doesn't matter. Like now they're saying, well, look, yeah, you white, but guess what? You ain't white like she white. You won't have the propensity to be who she is. She has the propensity to be something great.
She's super white.
Yeah. So she has the potential to make us this amount of money, and she white. So look, you white, and you this is where your money at. They black.
Bring your money up, sis.
So what I'm saying is they don't care about nobody. They don't even care about her. They care about what she can do for them. You ever heard at your job, what have you done for me lately? Have you ever heard that you ain't as good as your last job in this country? You can have done everything up to par. You could have done all the great work at these places where we go in and slave in each day, and you only as good as your last job. And then in the same country where we fight against unions and all these type of things, because look, they even trick us to believing in those type of things because you're only as good as your last job. Let Caitlin Clark bum out for 2 years. I guarantee you she won't be getting that protection for long.
Let her, you're right about it. Let her skills go down, or no one wants to see her no more.
Or don't let them not rise. They ain't got to go down because they're expecting that they will rise. It's kind of like when you look at quarterbacks in the NFL. When you look at quarterbacks in the NFL, they typically come in and they look for them to kind of find their groove and kind of grow into the position, like Joe Flacco and all these other people. At some point, they'll hold on to it. See, the thing is, the racism will have you hold on to a Joe Flacco for too long. Joe Flacco, it was a Baltimore Raven at one time, and he was a prized possession. They had somebody before him. I forgot his name. Back in the day, another white guy with blue eyes, tall, 6 foot something. Oh, look at him move. He can move out the pocket. He wasn't doing nothing. But as soon as a black person runs, why is he running out the pocket? Why is he running out the pocket so much? You understand? So they're going to give you more flack and give Flacco less flack. They're going to give people Lamar Jackson more flack. They give Lamar Jackson more flack because he's black. They're going to look at the way he throws with more intensity. But this is the same thing they do when they see your name on a resume and it seems like it's a black name. They critique you so much more. The research supports it, that they will look at the grammar in more intense ways when they think you're black. So what makes us think that when they can literally see you black, that they're not going to do the same thing in any situation, any position that you find yourself in? They're going to do it everywhere. So this fight is bigger than Caitlin Clark or what's my sister's name? Angel Reese. This is why is it important to talk about these things? It's because we're only talking about it because this is before the public. We're talking about this is because we all can see this. And people say don't talk about things, and I'm going into my bag right now. Look, people say, look, don't talk about people, don't talk about things, don't call people out. Look, calling people out is calling people out is calling people. I mean, what happened, Queen? I'm sorry.
You went out for a minute, but go ahead. You said
if you call me for calling people out, you calling people out. So chill with
all
that.
day.
So again, these are great examples. They just happen to be celebs to some degree that we can utilize to say, look what's happening on the macro.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if on this level. Let me say on this level here, on the celeb level. Could you just imagine what's going on inside of schools? Could you just imagine what's going on inside of these little temporary agencies? Could you just imagine what's going on in the hospitals where people are working? Can you just imagine when you go to a hotel and you see the segregation? Even in some cities still now, you won't even find a black person at the front counter. I know we're in Baltimore, a lot of us, but when you go out of the Baltimore and you go in the Midwest, different places, and you see the white people at the front counter and the black people in housekeeping still. I know y'all think in some places.
I'm in South Carolina. I'm telling you, it's happening. I'm in South Carolina right now. That's happening for sure. For sure. We live in different societies, and we're in Baltimore is a black city, but South Carolina isn't. And so we got to be aware that things are still happening right around us. And a lot of times we see on this level how celebrities jump in. You see LeBron and all of these. I just don't understand us. And we never tell the whole story. Like I hear Magic talk about his story, but he never talks about the race part of it, because he still works and make money with the NBA. He has minority stakes in teams, so he's still making money with the same entity. So they never
Magic Johnson,
LeBron, Charles Barkley, protect her so the NBA can make more money, so they can have a job and they can make more money. It's a synergetic, malicious foolishness that really has nothing to do with the game, and it's unfortunate for these young girls, young ladies who just want to compete. They just want to compete. Jay said, peace to South Carolina. I love you, Jay. You're right. Peace.
Geechee land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, Broken Traditions, welcome. So we want to play the next one. We got Dee Tarazi. She's a current player. So listen what she says. White player. Bring that up, John.
Said that Caitlin is going to go through a learning curve. Some people were critical of you for saying that, but I don't know that it necessarily meant that you're not welcoming to her, right? I mean, how do you I mean, it seems like you were just saying the reality is she's going to have a learning curve.
Yeah, it's the new fans are really sensitive these days. You can't say anything. Yeah, it's kind of like when you go from kindergarten to first grade, there's a learning adjustment. When you go from high school to college, there's a learning adjustment. I don't think I said anything that wasn't factually correct. And like anything, greatness is going to translate. And she's proven that in every level. And I don't see it being any different in the WNBA.
And you said that Caitlin is going to go through a learning curve.
So you see how they question her, like you don't mean that she's not going to be great. I mean, this is a current player who's a dog.
What does that mean? What does a dog mean?
She came from UConn.
That means she's good.
She's a dog. She's a good player. She's a good guard for sure.
I don't use those terms, so please explain them to me. She's a dog.
Oh well, she's a
dog
she's
means
tough,
good. Okay,
it means good. She's a tough player. Why are you trying to act like you don't have?
I don't know. You know when they call men dogs, you know what that means, right?
They call on the court. They call them dogs. I mean, they
I
go
just
after.
told you I don't know nothing about I know I sound like I know something about sports. I mean, I probably looked at football. The only reason I looked at football is because it was a team in Baltimore. I'm not a fan of anybody's league. I'm not. So
I hear that. And this ain't about the league. This is about racism and how it's so ingrained in our culture and our sports.
That's why you gotta break it down for me. I'm a little. This ain't my area. You the professor.
Well, I think it's a distraction too, dog. We look at the world. We had a lot of chaos. We got Israel. We have the Congo. We have Ethiopia. We have people who are actually starving on this earth. And we're talking about 2 girls playing a damn game.
And let me say this. I was listening to a brother Diallo, and I agree with him. It's not that I'm against sports. I think sports are very important, right? Like, for example, we teach martial arts here, right? I think basketball, football, baseball, my children were in them, but when we get them into these professional levels where they create stars and try and make these capitalistic moves and all these type of things to play on our minds and play on our attention, and have us in these pointless. You know how many? It's people that will die for their team. There's people who would die for their flag, their Ravens flag or their Pittsburgh flag, and they won't do nothing to liberate our people. Look how much we bought into these things. And I'm just saying.
And that's something that is what I wanted to say. Out of all of this, is that particularly this is capitalism. This is the isms: racism, sexism. It's a little feminism. It's a lot of isms, manism. So there's a lot going on here. So let's with broken traditions. What you said, Caitlin Clark isn't ready for the next level yet. If you've seen the LSU versus Iowa in the Final Four, Flo J. Johnson locked Caitlin Clark down. And yes, and if you see the one after that, Sister of South Carolina, Raven Johnson locked her down too. I've never understood that level of fandom for sports where it's not that serious. I think that's our outlet in a lot of ways, Da. Entertainment it relieves our trauma. We want to be entertained, and that's why I think sports is so paramount to people in this country. Is we get so right now we're just so distracted by sports, we don't know anything about that we're international citizens, and there's so much going on in the world.
These are wars. Just think about it.
Absolute wars.
I'm talking about basketball and football and hockey and all these things are 2 teams warring against each other, and we take these as real and with much passion and conviction as we take them as more with more conviction and passion than we are about what's going on in these countries, like you said, in the Congo and Palestine and Kenya and all these different places. Kenya. So we really fighting about these things. Like, we literally take our time, and guess what? These are the people telling me, like, telling me, look, I'm missing out on something. I need to go and participate in these things. Look, you wasting your time. You being too serious. Look, if this is what I have to do outside of what I do, I'll pass.
Wow, we got a question, and this is a good question. I think you wouldn't hear broken traditions. We kind of hit on this. I love J58. Rest in peace to the logo, Jerry West. Jay always bringing the smoke, I swear. So Broken Tradition said, do you think that's why athletes get paid so much, because of the distraction they provide from real issues?
I think it's all a distraction, not just athletes, but any type of celebrity. Any celebrity. You create junior cults, and nobody wants to believe it. When you are a fanatical about somebody, about this person that's projected before you with greater than human powers, these are godlike figures to people. We feel joy through these people. We will fight for these people. We will protect these people more than we sometimes will protect our own family, community, and we even fight our own families for these people. That is tantamount with God type personalities. Like, you would fight. People will fight for Caitlin Clark like they fight for quote unquote Jesus or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For Muhammad, for what have you. So what I'm saying is, these are the closest things to God's in our minds on this earth, celebrities, stars. They are stars. The stars are where the gods dwell.
That's it. That's it. And it's all a lie. It's all a lie. So listen, don't be distracted. Get your game up. We're gonna hit. We out of here. We got this last one. Hit this last one, and we're gonna get up out of here. Ja.
Caitlin Clark go through. Guess what? When you got the bullseye on your back, yeah, when you win, it's gonna come with some shit. Yeah, it's a compliment. Yeah, you fear.
It's a sign of respect.
It's a sign of respect when you start doing this bull. What she is going through, that's the WNBA. The WNBA is physical. We're starting to see that now. It's chippy. Man, listen, I don't know if y'all saw, Angel Reese got DDT. She got hit in the head, then DDT. All they didn't do, they pin it for the 3, for the 1-2. But until anybody get a long ball, shut up. Ain't nobody, she's transcending the game. Nobody games looks like hers. And you know what is coming. Right to left, step back left, ha. And you can't do
got that.
Who?
Sabrina got that.
Nah, she ain't got it like this. I'm watching Shorty. Caitlin Clark go through. Guess what? When you got the
NBA guys.
I thought that was a clothesline, though. I think that was more of a clothesline than a DDT.
Yeah. They're talking about their league is all about the celebrity, their money, their capitalism, and keeping it going. So it's all a game. I think that it's more to do in the world. I wish these young girls so much success, but I think that we've given them heavy burdens with this racist foolishness that society puts out here. I don't know what Caitlin Clark, she doesn't ever say anything. So that's one thing. She's very quiet. But I do know that she has a lot of advocates. She doesn't have to say anything because everybody else is talking for her. So that's the problem.
The problem?
I think it's a problem because I think it's a lot of women in that league. And they've been underpaid for a very long time. They've been scrappy for a very long time. They've been trying to bring that league up for. They go to other countries and play.
Let me ask you this question. These people, these other athletes, were they up to the level that Caitlin Clark is when they were also in college? That's a question of mine.
College, I don't know about college, but Shannon Sharp was a good player.
No. I'm talking about these other WNBA players who are having a problem with her and saying,
No, nobody had this type of game in it, except you already had. We had a chick come out of Notre Dame. She's Nigerian. This chick, I don't say chick. This young lady did very well in the Final Four. They won the title. She was amazing. She's the leading scorer now in the WNBA. You never hear her name. She's the leading scorer. She got more games. She's a dog out there, but you never hear her. Because Caitlin Clark is the bag right now. Who is not the leading scorer? Who's not the best player? Who's getting thrown around like a rag doll? But and her team is
not a chick though.
And her team is not a good team. That's why I said young lady. So I want to say young man.
No, I said she's still a dog, but not a chick.
So what we see is this is a very concerted effort to put her on a pedestal. I'm not saying she's not skilled. I think once she gets
but it's rare that people are as nice as she is. I'm asking the question. Coming out of college.
I don't know. I don't think it's rare. I think the moment made this happen, Da. When Angel did the
technically, I'm talking about skills based, none of the extra stuff.
Yeah, I think coming out, no one had the Steph Curry like her. Nah, no one had the Steph Curry like her. A girl, no girl.
So she has the Steph Curry. Then she's also white, and then she's also there's controversy around it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you call oppression. That's in capitalism. We will capitalize off at anything.
Yeah, and she doesn't. And really, she's being used as a pawn too. It's
awful. Exactly. It's just a high paid pawn.
That's it.
Yeah. Aja Wilson is the best professional athlete in their respective sport. Who is that?
Las Vegas Aces, the center. She came from South Carolina. Bad girl.
Is that Aja or Aha?
Aja. Aja. Yeah.
Okay. Well, family, I'm going to turn this over to Queen. This is too much sports for me in one day. I will have to now do a fast or a what do they call it? I have to purge my system of all these names. But
I do want you to leave a jewel with this situation with the racist part of it, not more or less sports. We're done with sports.
Oh no, I don't know. He gonna put me on it like I really have a jewel or something.
Yeah, you gotta end
know.
this out. You gotta put that dodule on him. The dodule.
Look, I don't have a jewel today. All I will say, family. Let's not get caught up in the shenanigans. Racism is pervasive. It is everywhere, and it's no exception. It's in the NBA. And I say identify it. But don't forget about the racism and the classism and the genderism and all of that takes place with everyday people. We're putting our energy into a lot of people who have even people to protect them with funds and finances and all these type of things. And that is still not even enough many times. But do not overlook the trauma that your mother goes through. I mean, or the experiences that your mother goes through, that your sister goes through every day at work, that your cousin goes through where she's at. Do not overlook that, family. Fight for people, fight for our people, fight for your family. Peace and power, and fight for our community and society at large. Peace.
We're out, guys. We box up and out. You guys have a good night. Be blessed up.
Turn them levels up. Turn them levels up.
Every second and fourth Wednesday, come see us.
All right.
Embrace it.
All right.
Become a part of it. Embrace it. Become a part of it. Embrace it. Become a part of it. Embrace it. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim your Africanness, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim your Africanness. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you.